Bye. I'm leaving you forever. Make sure you turn off the tea while I'm gone. Alright. Second time trying this. The recording got corrupted, so... Yeah, haven't made videos a lot lately. I have my fan over there, if you can't hear it. That's what the kind of... There was a weird, like, background noise in the last video. It's the fan. I really just... Wow, I look like shit. Whatever. So... haven't made videos in a while because... Well, I couldn't really access my mopeds every day, and it was hard to bring parts home. But... I'm not going to have that issue anymore because, if you'll notice, this is not my tiny ass room that I used to be in because we have moved. So this is a full house now. Before we lived in like a 2-bedroom apartment, and it was like probably half the size of this, probably less. Oh yeah. The channel mascot is home as well. He will be making cameos as much as I tell him to, because he's supposed to listen to me, right? Right? Okay, whatever. There we go, get a little tripod action going. So, it's a full house now. I can make a little bit more noise. I have a room that's twice the size of my old one, which is awesome. There's also another thing. I got the tail light. Charging. Oh yeah, I bought turn signals for the moped, which I will actually try to break down in this video because they're very good turn signals if you don't want to wire stuff into your factory wiring harness, because in my case, the wiring harness was charred up whenever I got the scooter, and really the only thing that worked on it was like the right turn signal was the only light that worked. I wouldn't dare try to hook anything up into that harness again, but yeah, so let's see, new house, a lot more room. There's a shed in the backyard, and we are going to store stuff in it, but I mean, it's a pretty big shed, so I think I'm safe in saying that I now have a shop, so I can actually like I could store the mopeds in there, because before this I couldn't actually have them like at the apartment because they had to sit like outside. There was no fenced area or anything. It was just grass out in front. But now we have a fenced-in yard and a shed, so I can bring both the mopeds here, do a lot more videos with them inside the shed where I'm not freezing my ass off, because that kind of sucks. Yeah, it's been like, I think Tuesday it got down to like -1 is what the wind chill was. Everything's iced over, so yeah. Kinda sucks to live in Kentucky. Fucking pause. Yeah, sorry if I sound like a little bit down or whatever. I actually have to take an inhaler because, I think the cold air combined with moving all the stuff and stirring up that dust has made my allergies act up to where, like, I struggle to breathe, so, yep, that's probably why I sound like a gay guy's squeaky dildo. But yeah, so a lot more stuff gonna happen with the channel. I'm trying to get a new phone because I've realized that this camera is kind of ass. So I'm gonna get a new phone. I'm gonna start trying to put a little bit more professionalism into the videos. Like, I don't think they need to be professional because, like, I'm not professional. Like, I'm recording with a phone. I edit all my stuff with a free app. I have a moped that, like, all in, I probably have, like, $600 or $700 in. Like, I just don't feel the need to be professional because, I mean, most of you all who probably want to start a YouTube channel aren't professional. And yeah, just want to show you guys that you can do it. Die, bitch. Fucking spider. Now, I haven't been slacking off, I promise. I've actually done some work with the moped. Let me show you what I've kind of done real quick, because it actually is pretty cool. Oh, oof. Alright, so this is the entire carburetor setup off of the moped. Basically, it wasn't starting. Like, it would run for a bit and then it would die. I know it had bad gas in it because I poured it out and it was like kind of gold amberish colored, and I read that gas is supposed to be clear, and it kind of lost like its potency. Like if you smell gas, you know, like that shit hits you hard, and this gas didn't really have that smell anymore. So yeah, I figured that the gas was bad, so poured that out, took the carburetor off and cleaned it out. There was actually, low battery, sorry. There was actually some debris in the bowl, and it kind of looked a little bit weird. Is the float not working again? Okay, the float's working. The float was stuck. The jets were clogged. Got it cleaned out though. This is the new carburetor that I got off of Amazon back in the summer. Got it for like $25, I think. Works really good. Got it cleaned out and stuff. This is good to go. Now, I'm going to show you guys like a really cheap way to like make your own like RAM intake or whatever. Yeah, by the way, kind of learned this the hard way. If you ever are messing with gas like outside and it is like very cold, don't get it on your hands because it kind of hurts a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean I wanted to cut my hands off because of how frozen they were. But I know people who actually buy the short air intakes are going to be like, oh, that's not fucking short. You're gay. Okay, well, I'm getting these life hacks. I'm doing it cheaper than you, so shut it. So this is actually the original air intake off of the moped. So what a lot of people see when they look at the side of their scooter, like the side with the clutch and stuff on it, there's an air box right there. Well, depending on if it's a 50 or a 150, it might be different. Like a 50 doesn't actually have a designated filter on the end of it. They just have like a little mesh screen. But if you have a 150, you actually have a filter inside of that box. So just taking the box off and leaving this open filter out there is gonna allow air to get in from all angles more easily. It's not gonna have to get funneled through that tube to go into the intake, and you're gonna get more performance benefits out of it. But this was kind of long. I actually cut about 2 inches out of this. It was probably about like that long originally, and it stuck out of the side of the moped. And if you can't see this filter is not that great looking. So I kind of wanted to hide it a little bit. So I took a very sharp knife and cut. Alright, you see how there's links here? I cut one of these links out to make this smaller end slide up in here. Then I shoved it in there and put zip ties on it. So yeah, I didn't want it extremely short because I do kind of want it to still stick out a little bit, but I mean, it's pretty short. The actual short air intakes from like Amazon, they stick off like right here. They're like little POG filters or whatever. Yeah, this is just a cheap little life hack though. Like if you don't want to go out and buy an air filter, because I mean, it's basically the same thing. Now, I would do a review on those turn signals, but kind of looks like the video is almost at 10 minutes, so I think my job here is done. I'll do a review on the tail light here too, because I'm actually very, very impressed with it. Just waiting on the light bar to come in and the kickstart, which I ordered, and then the moped will be good. Thought I would show y'all the new shed. Obviously, there's some holes in it, but it doesn't actually look that bad on the inside. It's pretty nice. It actually has a lot of room in it. Oh, there's a cigarella packet. That's nice. There's that hole back there. That whole back wall is actually pushed out, so don't know how we're gonna deal with that. There's another tiny little hole over here. There's the hole in the door. The biggest hole, I think, is that one, if you can see it. Like, there's like 3 or 4 spaces down there missing, but we'll get that sorted out. But yeah, other than this steep part right here, pretty easy to get peds up in here.
He fell asleep on the toilet, that's about all.
You want to plug your YouTube channel, or like, you want to? Yeah, go ahead, plug it.
Not gonna happen.
That's how you get exposure.
Guys, can I please say hi?
You gotta ask them to click that subscribe button. Annihilate that like button. He understands.